San Francisco Bay Area. You asked for it. Now it's happening. Jenny and I are doing a live show, one night only. Friday, December 27th. It's at The Corner Store in the Mission District in San Francisco. That's The Corner Store with a K because it's Korean. You'll see when you get there. Again, happening Friday, December 27th. Doors are at 6 p.m. There's a happy hour kind of thing. We're hanging out. And then we're doing a special show with some special guests. And there's going to be a little after hangout too. So please come. Tickets available at asian.asianpod.com or go to the episode description. Please come, please. I've really, really hyped this podcast up to people who own this restaurant. So please come, and we'd love to see you. It's the last Hack City of 2024, and it's going to be a doozy. Jenny's hosting an all-women lineup. That's right. This one's just for the ladies, but feel free to bring your boyfriends and gay best friends. It's happening at Union Hall, Friday, December 13th. At 7:30 p.m. Tickets available in the episode description at asian.asianpod.com or just Google Hack City Comedy. You know how we do. Okay, great. See you there. And I like to be useful, and I think I am useful. You know, I make money. I take care of my family. I maintain this vehicle because of the podcasts, you know?
Right.
But the subtext is if you are not these things, you have no value. And the subtext is men are not really people, we're tools.
I see. That's so sad.
And I think if you really delved into it, there's a deep fear that if you're not useful in that way, you are you're disposable.
Yeah, you're not important.
And welcome to another episode of the Car Talk Podcast.
This is so weird.
We're the podcast with all your favorite Asian cars.
Yes.
Subarus.
Toyotas.
Nissans.
Kias.
Kias are Japanese?
No, they're Korean.
They're Korean?
Yeah.
We're just naming Japanese cars. Oh, Asian cars. You're right.
You said Asian.
You're right. My bad.
Mike, Asian can be anything.
What is that Vietnamese one?
This is a Vietnamese car?
Yes.
That rules.
It's hilarious.
I love that.
It's really funny.
Go off.
I think it's called VinFast.
Okay.
I think the people who named it didn't try.
Yeah.
They were just like, Vietnamese fast. Boom.
Yeah, I love that.
Good job, Juan. Yeah, so, no, this is the Asian Not Asian podcast with all your favorite Asian friends. It's Mike Nguyen.
And Jenny Arimoto.
And we're recording. The reason we're talking about cars is because we're inside of my car right now. So if you're listening and you want to check out what that's like, you can go to the YouTube channel and you can see us in the car. And the reason why is because we're kind of like fumigating my apartment. It is, it's just time to do that. And so that's happening. And we have to be outside. So my children are away, my wife is away, and we're sitting in my office, home office slash creative studio slash vehicle.
Yes. It feels good. It feels good and right. And I am thinking, as the windows fog up, what the hell do people think we're doing in here? It's actually more shameful than hooking up in a car. We're fucking podcasting in a car. This is embarrassing as hell, Mike.
Someone's going to be sticking there with their...
the police are going to come and knock and then arrest us because this is embarrassing.
Sir, oh my God.
Yeah.
This
fuck.
is Jesus
this
Christ.
This is disgusting.
Oh, are you guys talking about vibes?
Oh God.
Oh, why couldn't it be something else? Oh, why could it be literally...
I'm sorry. I was going to arrest you for public indecency.
You know what?
But now I'm arresting you for murder.
You know what? Stay in the car. We're just going to light the whole thing on fire. We can't do this. Yeah. Have you ever hooked up in a car ever?
No.
No, you haven't?
Have you met me?
I don't know.
I've been in a city as an adult. I don't think I've ever dated anyone with a car.
Yeah, word. I guess I mean not in San Francisco.
No.
In the Bay? No. Oh, okay.
No.
Oh.
Wait, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But I can't think of one time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel. You know what? I bet you.
I was gonna say, is there a statement any clearer that I didn't hook up in high school? I've never hooked up in a car.
That's what I'm thinking. I wonder if it's one of those generational things where, you know how in the movies, it's like in the 50s and 60s, kids would go up to Lookout Point, and that's where they would hook up and make out and stuff. And they didn't really do that like in my generation.
Yeah.
And I wonder if in the future, like we just don't even have car hookups anymore.
That's a great. I mean, it did happen in my high school.
Okay.
But you said it didn't happen for you?
What?
I remember all my friends were hooking up in cars.
No, and it happened for my generation.
Oh, yeah.
But I wonder if in future generations, the kids are already not.
I mean, they're not
hooking up.
having sex.
Exactly.
Because it's why? Why is it again? Because it's disgusting.
I think it's because of social media and like they're just not like hanging out as much in general.
Yeah.
And then there's not as many parties. They're not as social.
Yeah.
They'll be driving less. They'll be taking Ubers everywhere. People will be owning less cars.
Yeah.
And then the era of hooking up in a car will just kind of dissipate.
Well, you know what? Call me Gen Alpha because I haven't hooked up in a car. I'm young like that.
Oh my God, you hook up in a car? Okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer. How about you don't have sex anymore?
Gen Alpha? Alpha stands for asexual.
Yeah. Grow up.
We procreate like prokaryotes, okay? Oh, you haven't heard that word in a while.
Nope.
Yeah, it is a wet, rainy day here in Brooklyn, and it is here we are, and we're going to be coming at you with all sorts of fun stuff real quick before we really get into the antics here. A couple of announcements. The next Hack City is, hold on here, I want to make sure it is December. Whoa, 1 month. Here we go. It is December 13th. Good thing I checked. Okay, December 13th. That's the last Hack City of this year. It'll be at Union Hall in Brooklyn. You can check out the link in the episode description for tickets, or go to asiannotasianpod.com, or just Google Hack City Comedy. We're a fucking institution. I think we like auto-populate now.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, just put in hack, and then there's probably a bunch of porn, but then after that, on the third page, Hack City Comedy, that'll be us. It's just Jenny and host.
I need to figure that out.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, it'll be, we're trying to make it an all-women lineup, and I think that'll be a real fun banger.
I was going to ask some men to help me co-host.
You're going to ask one man.
Okay.
One man can help you.
Okay.
Okay? Because pretty soon, women will be illegal.
Yes.
In the new administration.
Woo!
Just being a woman in general will be frowned upon.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so this will be the last thing you guys will be able to do.
Yeah, me just staring out the window, just absolutely logging off for the rest of this conversation. I'm like, this is awesome.
Well, it is raining.
I know.
So it's kind of perfect.
We can kind of just look out wistfully.
Yeah, I can put on some
being sad
music.
about losing our rights.
Yeah, right where we're here, looking out the window with losing our rights.
Yeah.
So yeah, the other thing is I'm trying to make this happen. So keep checking the Instagram, keep checking our Instagrams and the Asia Not Asian Instagram and the website. I'm trying to set up a show in San Francisco.
Okay.
Right, and it will be, I think, a podcast show where it's just me and Jenny. Maybe we'll have a guest, and we'll just be bantering, and it'll be fun. I have a conversation actually today with the someone with a venue, a place where I think we could do it. It'll be like trying to make it like a fun restaurant kind of thing. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll work. But if so, San Francisco Bay Area, that's what we're trying to do. And it'll be in December.
Nice.
So I can't announce it yet because we haven't signed anything yet. But Uncle Mike is making it happen.
Woo.
Also, if you are a fan of the of what you're listening to, then go to the best way to support us is Patreon. So patreon.com/AsianNotAsianPod is how to do it. We've gotten a number of Patreon subscribers.
Wow.
Which has been awesome.
That rules.
We get a consistent drum beat throughout the year, but the last couple of weeks we've gotten a good number, and it's been really nice. I think we kind of maybe hit a nerve.
Yeah.
Our
last episode where we were so distraught.
Yeah, the emergency pod. Where I blew on a horn.
Yeah. Exactly.
And we only able to blow on that horn twice for two reasons. One, fall of democracy.
Yeah.
2, hot pot. If I'm like, we need You want to get hot pot, Jenny?
And the speed at which I show up.
You just already there.
I'm there. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you hand me an edible.
Yeah. And I go, let's go.
Let's do this.
Carbs last. Protein first.
So is your hot pot move? Is it mainly meats, or is it? Because for me, I do a mix of meats and fish balls.
Oh yeah.
I love fish balls.
I love fish balls too, but you have to start with meats.
Yeah, you gotta start with meats.
It goes meats, fish balls, then veggies.
Yep.
And at the very end is carbs.
I can't help but have a little bit of noodles with my meat, though.
I know
love
what
noodles.
you mean, but you got to keep it light.
And you have to keep it
You
light.
have to keep it light, because if you're in an all-you-can-eat place, they're gonna want you to eat the noodles. Yeah. I do love rice, so I do end up eating with rice.
Exactly. You got to have some. It's
I
just
know
not
it's
right.
just a little bit, but you just have to do it in a strategic way. That's just math.
Is it?
That's just math inside. That's just a woman in STEM.
Is it an Asian conversation if we don't talk about strategy?
Yeah,
hot pot
exactly.
strategy. So a couple shout outs for the Patreon. Again, that's patreon.com/AsianNotAsianPod. Okay, this first one here is a doozy, and I'm going to fuck it up.
Yeah.
So Jeannie Prasad Promote.
Wow.
Prasad Promote.
Wow. And boy, do I not have an answer for this one.
Yes. This person is giving me, I don't know, educator?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeannie? Jeannie. Yeah.
They call her, of course, Miss P.
Yeah.
Maybe Miss Praz.
Yeah.
You know? She is in the classroom. She recently got promoted to kind of a little bit. She's in the classroom a little bit. Sometimes she's not. She's kind of like overseeing like a digital transformation of the school.
Oh, wow. She's bringing iPads.
She's got that, that screen that's in the classroom that you can point at, but also project. It's kind of like a big iPad for the class.
Screen?
Yes, the smart screen.
I think it's called smart. I don't know.
She's trying to do that, but like make it more connected. The students get homework assignments over like mobile devices, etc. But
she's a poet.
She's a poet.
On the side. Submits her like work to like local publications.
I love that.
Yeah.
I really like that. Miss P, thank you so much for
thank you so much.
Your Patreon. The next one, Just Emily.
Okay.
Just Emily. And I like Emily a lot because she gave the lowest tier. But here's the thing, I can tell just from the way that I got the email notifying me that she became a Patreon, that $2 really means a lot.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
She was like, I could eat ramen today, or I could become a Patreon subscriber.
Yeah.
Boom.
Exactly. Actually, this is how she came to the conclusion.
Yeah.
She was like, I spent $150 on that Sandy Liang headband last year. You know what I can do? I could throw $2 to the Asian Not
throw
Asian
me a
podcast
couple bucks
Patreon.
there.
So that's like literally the math that Emily did.
Yeah.
And went, okay, I can do that.
And I think you can still get the Sandy Liang headband when it goes on sale at Net-a-Porter.
Yes.
So you know what? You can have your cake and eat it too.
Exactly.
You can have your Patreon and eat it too.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Emily. And then the last one, David Milazzo.
Uh-huh.
Milazzo.
That doesn't sound Asian to me.
That doesn't sound Asian, but it does sound New Jersey.
Yeah.
And New Jersey is basically Asia.
Interesting. I was not going to agree with that at all.
Dude, I took a road trip
to New Jersey.
To New Jersey. And on the way back through from the trip, I went through Fort Lee.
Uh-huh.
That place is South Korea.
Really?
It is so Korean.
It's really Korean?
First of all, there's a lot of Koreans there.
Okay.
And second, there's something about the apartment buildings that they have there that is just so Korean.
Yeah.
They're really nice and really big and really tall, and just like they just have like little sayings on the outside, like I don't know what I should have remembered exactly what the tagline for this building is, but it's something like luxury meets the wind. Something like that on the outside of a building, and it just screamed like Gangnam to me.
Yeah.
And that is New Jersey.
So David Milazzo lives in Fort Lee.
Yes.
And his neighbor was like, you need to learn. And so he's like, you know what? I'm going to start listening to this podcast.
You know what? I love living in this all Korean apartment building.
Yeah.
And I would love to learn just a little bit more about what makes
the Asian American experience.
Them tick, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think he's learned a lot already about Hot Pot, about Sandy Liang.
Yeah.
And he's going to keep learning. So
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Thank you, David.
Thank you so much, David. And again, that's patreon.com/AsianNotAsianPod to support the podcast. Okay. Let's see here. We haven't done this in a while. We can talk a little bit about just what kind of Asian we were this week.
Yeah, let's just catch up. It's been a long time because last time we didn't talk about ourselves. We just talked
really
about our
didn't.
sadness.
Yeah, we just talked
and
about
our panic.
Yeah, everything on fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. Do you want me to go first?
It's
you
up
wanna
to
go
you.
first?
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay. Mike, what kind of Asian were you this week?
I was a Todd Snyder Asian.
Ooh.
What? The brand deals are coming in.
He's a menswear. I was going to say activist. He's a menswear activist.
Menswear activist. Yeah, I'm really big on the men's right. Wait a minute, men's activism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a pants-oriented activist.
Yeah,
Let's just say that.
Uh-huh.
So recently, I don't know if people saw, I did a little thing with Todd Snyder as far as it's not like a Mike Nguyen Todd Snyder collab. They just had me do something on their social media, which was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really especially for something that was just going on Reels, very involved.
Okay.
It was like borderline a commercial shoot.
Okay. So there was you went to a place to film
Yeah.
the whole thing.
So the whole thing is, first of all, like shouts to Matt and Todd over at Todd Snyder, who tapped me for this.
Mm-hmm.
I know those guys. Not Todd Snyder. There's another Todd I know who.
That's crazy. I've never met a Todd, so this is crazy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my friend Todd, who's an awesome dresser and Filipino dude, and he's the best. Him and Matt, the creative person, they were friends with me, and they've seen that I've been doing all these things, and they kind of had the bubbles bubbling, and they pitched a couple things to like the powers that be, and they're like, hey, let's bring Mike in for this thing. And originally, they kind of had a slew of different options we could have done. Like, we could do this video like this, we could do an event, we could do this. And I was like, sure, whatever, it's cool. It went away for a little bit because they're like, hey, you know what, don't know if we can make it happen this year, but we'll get it to you, next year. And I was like, totally fine. And then they suddenly emailed me like the week before the shoot, and they were like, hey, actually this is back on, we would love to have you do it. And we kind of made some, that made it happen. And they gave me the person like wrote they have a writer, and so this person wrote like the script, and it was like not very long, but like long for someone like me who's an idiot. It was like 2 pages of dialogue.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I think it's a lot.
Yeah.
To just do
By
in
yourself?
one shot. Yeah, it's like a mono.
Okay.
It's not a dialogue in this. It's not
a
a monologue in
Oh.
that I'm like monologuing.
Yeah.
But it is a 2-page long pitch that I'm doing.
Okay.
Right. And so the whole concept is like Todd Snyder has a sweater bar, which is they have an actual bar in the store, and they just have a bunch of sweaters there, and actual liquor. And so you can go there, you can get a drink, you can get a sweater, you can get it monogrammed, and they have like this really cool like old school chain stitching machine that they can like monogram or like chain stitch stuff onto your sweater like right then and there.
Cool.
It's really cool. It's fun. You can check it out if you're in New York City. It's the Todd Snyder flagship store at 26th Street. Beautiful store, fun experience, really nice people, great clothes obviously. But so they set me up in this this sweater bar. They dressed me up in Todd Snyder clothes, which is all super fancy. And I have to. They were like, "Hey, you don't have to memorize everything. It's all good. Just kind of like just hit these big things." And I was trying to memorize it over the course of the week that I had the script, and I almost like bought a teleprompter that you can use for your phone.
Yeah.
Just because I'm really bad at really memorizing lines. I'm really bad at
I
it.
completely understand.
You know?
Me too. I'm very bad at it.
Do you ever try to like act in your sketches and like do that?
Yes, and I'm horrible at it.
Really?
I mean, every time I have a self-tape, it's impossible.
Oh, it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do self-tapes too.
I can't remember anything.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm amazed that people can memorize
Honestly,
lines.
actors are amazing.
Yes. That's why
They also are horrible in other ways, but they're amazing in that way.
They're amazing in that way.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to commit as much as I can to memory.
Yeah.
And I'm adding a couple of little like ad libs, to kind of show my personality. But they set up. They have these lights, and they have a nice photographer, and they have the camera set up, the social media person, all that stuff. And they're all set.
and everybody's very nice and very professional, and they're like, okay, Mike, let's do a take, go. And I'm like, shit.
You're like, what?
And it's just so where everybody's looking at, there's not that many people, but like there's like
but there are people looking at you,
6 people like looking at you, and you just start going, hey, it's Mike doing it, I'm here at Todd Snyder's wedding. It's like so surreal to do it, which is strange because I've performed in front of 1,000 people,
sure,
no problem, but I'm not memorizing shit.
Yeah, those are your words.
That's just me doing Mike Nguyen,
right?
But here I am, saying someone else's words,
right? And
it's so it was really fun and challenging for me, and I think that weirdly enough, it was a really good creative learning experience. I felt I was like growing, you know, and it was cool, but it was I don't want to say it was tough, but it was definitely like, oh, I got to step up a little bit.
I see.
I can't just be like a clown.
Yeah.
I do have to like hit some things.
Yeah.
And it was because I would do a line, I would flub it, and I don't know if you've ever had this thing where you keep saying the line wrong and then all of a sudden you can't say it right.
Yes.
Have you ever had that happen?
Yeah. Well, then you're like, well, that's that now.
Yep.
Like, I can't say it.
Can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to have to go around that line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can't mention sweaters anymore. Mm-hmm. It's going to be tough considering this is a sweater bar. But yeah.
Was it all one take?
No, so, well, they had it rolling the whole time.
Yeah.
And so I would do like a line or two, and then I would kind of like, the writer, creative director person would be like, okay, now let's try this one. Okay, do that again. Okay, do it one more time. Try it this way. And, we just kind of got through it.
Yeah.
It wasn't that much.
Okay.
But I didn't have to do like the full 2 pages at once.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
It was like I just didn't prepare it like that.
Yeah.
But I think next time, if I get to do another project, something like this, I'm gonna try to be as off book as I can, just because it is just one less thing to worry about.
Totally.
I don't have to look at a piece of paper. I don't have to like ask someone. It's just now I feel like. I understand a little bit better about how that's going to work.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Regardless, I've never done that. That rules.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Did you get free stuff?
I got stuff.
Woo!
I mean, literally, they were like, "Hey, you can keep that sweater." They had monogrammed it, so I was like, like, "Okay, cool." I got this thing that I'm wearing around my neck.
I love that.
And they were like, they're like giving me some things, and I'm getting paid.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course,
dude. I mean. I've made it.
You have.
I think
You're doing your thing.
It's so.
That's so awesome.
It just feels really nice to like have, dude. Anytime you can get paid to just be a goofball, dude,
yeah,
it's just like
the best.
Capitalism's broken.
Totally. I made $21 doing sketch comedy, and I was like, here we go.
Yeah, dude.
Here we go.
Yo, you got to report that.
Oh, shit. Don't. If you're the IRS, I didn't make $21.
I'll bleep that out. No, but you know what? That's like a cool thing. I mean. Who can say that they've, made money doing the thing they love?
Yeah.
Right? I
How
mean,
fun.
it's insane.
Yeah.
Usually we make money doing, opening and closing files.
Exactly.
That's all.
Which is a really important work.
Super important to open and close your browser.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was me. It's the video's out if you go to Todd Snyder, and people seem to like it. They thought it was fun, and we'll see what happens,
Yeah.
Hopefully the good times keep rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so that was me. I was a Todd Snyder Asian. Jenny, what kind of Asian were you this week?
I was a witness Asian. I have two. I'm going to use that as a lead into 2 different stories.
Okay, go for it.
I've had a weird, crazy, fun, crazy week. So the fun one. I'll start with the fun one, and then I'll end with the weird one. I think, or maybe I should go the other way.
Whatever
maybe
you
I should
want.
go weird and then fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Weird. I was hanging out with friend of the pod, Brian Park, who's kind of just a cool guy now.
He's a cool
kind of cool guy, tastemaker now.
His blonde hair.
His blonde hair.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
It is very Rush Hour.
Rush Hour?
Yeah, the main bad, not the main bad guy.
Yeah, okay.
He has blonde hair.
Yeah.
Ken Leung,
To me,
I think
it's very just like Eminem in the early 2000s.
That's what everybody's saying.
Yeah, he's very Eminem.
Okay.
But he's very vibey. Anyways.
He's vibey.
This is not about Brian. So Brian and I were hanging out, and this gentleman who seems to be, borderline unwell.
Yep.
Walks up, and he goes to Brian. He goes, "When are you going to propose to her?" Like
Really?
we're talking, yeah. When are you gonna propose to her? And I said, hopefully soon. And I knew he was like
wow.
asking for money. From his pocket, he pulls out a little like flask of alcohol. And he goes,
wow.
I love this. I will love this. I need to buy more of this, like alcohol.
Oh, geez.
And I was like, I don't know what this. He was like not aggressive,
Sure.
but he was definitely like drinking.
Yes.
And like definitely like probably a man who like maybe doesn't have anywhere to go, like whatever.
Yep.
And so that, you know, the vibe where you're like, I don't want to like, I'm not like trying to walk away. I'm like trying to be cordial, but also like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, we don't have cash, whatever. And he was like, you know, I want to buy more alcohol, and kept being like, you guys need to get married to both of us. And we're like, oh,
Okay.
soon. Also, I just want to make it clear we're not dating. We're just friends. And he then starts like kind of muttering under his breath. Like when I get on the train, my friends tell me like not to talk to Chinese people. So then I was like, great, we've gone to Asian
Now
stuff.
now we're here.
And then he starts saying like, I can't really fully make out, you know, what he's saying, where he's going. And then he's just like, and then I like say, like, he says racist accent. He says something in a racist accent. And then he's just like, the Orientals. I was like, great. The word Oriental has come up. This
Boom.
hasn't happened to me since the other Trump administration. So we're really back to freaking 2020.
We're bringing it back, baby.
Like old school 2020 racism is back. And I'm saying there. And the other thought that goes through my head is, this man does not know he's talking to like someone who hosts a podcast called Asian Not Asian, and another guy who used to have a podcast called Feeling Asian. I was like, it could not be happening to two people who could talk about this on a microphone.
It would only be better if you were on the podcast at the moment.
Like if someone knocked on our window right now and
was
said
just like,
Oriental to us.
Oriental.
Like truly, I was like in my head, I was like, this is so crazy that it's happening to us.
You pick of all the podcast booths in all the world,
Yeah,
you had to
knock on.
log into mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So that was one of the weird I witnessed old school racism. So I'm using that
as we now call it, regular school
existing,
racism.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe just regular existence now.
Yep,
Like that's just normal now.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of happened. Brian was like, it doesn't really impact me at all. And I was like, I'm not like offended in a way where it's like, oh man, the world's bad, because the world is bad and like racism is here. But also like here in this like new open way where everyone is like, you can be racist. But also I was like, it still doesn't make me feel good. It like doesn't make me feel good that this person's unwell. And then, it's just like a bad vibe. Like, it's like, it sucks that guy's like drinking and talking to us like this. It sucks that we just like sit here and like have to like be like, well, this is just the world now. Like, all of it doesn't feel great regardless. Mm-hmm. So that's what I even if I'm not like outright like, oh God, I'm offended. I'm like, this just is a bad vibe. Like, I wish I didn't have to have that interaction.
When people say, the vibes are off, a lot of times people can't really pinpoint exactly what they mean.
Yeah.
Like, if something's off, it's the vibe economy. The vibes are off at this party or at this hang or at this date. But here, the vibes are off.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And we can definitely point to
totally
the exact moment
when the vibes shifted. Yeah.
Okay.
So that happened earlier this week, but I was just like left my body a little bit being like, can't believe it's happening to me and Brian. Really incredible timing here. That's the more weird one. My more happy witness story is I got to be the witness to my friend's courthouse wedding.
That's awesome.
Which was a high honor. I've never been the person who signs the
That's cool, right?
paperwork. It was awesome. I cried. It was beautiful. I've also never been to a courthouse wedding. I think that's the way to do it.
It's nice.
It's really nice. Like, I think, I love the weddings I went to this year, but also just seeing the stress behind all of it.
So much.
And like going to the courthouse and seeing my friends do it this way, I was like, what? It's like, what a beautiful thing. It's like really boiling it down to its core of what it's about.
Yeah, when
it's simple. You
right.
don't have to do like a whole stressful party that's worth $50,000 of your savings. I was like, you could just really love somebody and just make it official. And so I don't know, something about that was really beautiful. I'm like truly honored that I got to be that person. We got dim sum afterwards.
Dim sum.
It was 6 of us.
Yes.
It was just like really beautiful. They're going to do a party next year with like the family and everything, but for now it was just like to get it done. I mean, obviously it was a queer wedding, and it was, in response to the election.
Hey man.
And I know that other people are doing this as well, which sucks. It sucks that this is the situation that we're in. But considering the circumstances, it was just such a beautiful, wonderful, happy day. And I think it was a nice reminder of like the good stuff in the face of everything being bad. So that was a really nice moment for me this week.
Was this this was at City Hall, that's in downtown?
In Manhattan.
In financial,
Yes.
whatever that area.
Yes.
It's cool, right?
It's cool.
And they did it in the, because they have like a room.
Yeah, it was in the room.
With like the painting in the back. And then you can do it there. You just get the judge.
Yeah.
So you were the witness. They had an officiant, which is the judge.
The judge, yeah.
And then they just had a couple of other guests there.
Yeah, so it was a couple guests. We had a photographer.
Sick.
Who ran us through everything. She like does courthouse
all day
weddings,
long.
so she just like knew exactly. She was like, do this here, do this here. So just followed the rules.
Yep.
She like told us what to do. She's like, wait here. The next steps are this. It was like so smooth because she told us what's going on.
That's so fun.
She was like, don't engage too much with the officiant. She doesn't want you to look at her.
Really?
Yeah. She was like, look at each other's eyes.
Yeah.
And make this about you because she's not part of this.
Yeah.
And that's how she wants to do it.
Right.
So yeah, everything about it was like smooth, quick, very sweet. I got some photos back. It's really cute. Like us just waiting and like hanging out.
Yeah.
We threw confetti, which is allowed on that one block apparently.
Oh.
Yeah. There's all these rules. I was like, this is awesome. It's
that
awesome.
one block has no laws.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want
when
here.
it comes to confetti. When it comes to confetti, there's no laws on that
everything
one
else,
block.
but the confetti,
Yeah.
go crazy.
Exactly.
It's the purge, but for confetti. That's awesome.
So that was really, I don't know, it was really cool.
Isn't that like, when, I don't know if I've told you the story, when Gina and I got married, we had a wedding at like a restaurant. But before that, like 3 months before, we had gotten married in the park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we didn't get married, obviously, in the courthouse, but it was me and we had a couple of friends, and we had an official witness, and then we had my friend was the officiant, and it was in Central Park, and it was beautiful, and it was so, like you said, like just like the people you care about, and we had a nice dinner after, and we just like hung out. And can you hold on a second? Hey, I just wanted to drop a quick shout out to my boy John. Him and his partner have been listeners for a long time, and recently I stayed at their awesome Airbnb cabin just outside of Kingston, New York. It's an awesome, comfy cabin. It's perfect for chilling with your brood of kids like I did, or getting away from the city with your friends. We hung out, we did a little fire pit, we had a great time. You know how I do. It's a lot like, the vibe is like, the Chill Hop YouTube channel, the one that just goes, it's like a video that goes forever. Anyways, it's like that. It's just really mellow. It's awesome. But it's also close to some great hiking, breweries, other attractions. If you love yourself a good cabin, go check it out. John's listing is on Airbnb. The link is in the bio. And please check it out. It's really cool. Okay, that's it. On with the show.
We're back.
Okay, so yeah, it's just like, it's interesting to me too, almost like the way, when you think about marriage, you don't need to have, like, in some ways, like the government doesn't even need to be there.
No.
You know?
It
just
really,
get out of the way.
Yeah. I think I had this conversation yesterday. I was like, I think I've learned a lot about like the wedding industry and like the expectations that are built out on like what a wedding is and what it's supposed to look like and why you need it. And after this week, I was like, you don't need it.
Yeah.
That's really fun and awesome to have a huge party, but it's also like not representative of like your love.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just was something very sweet about that small, just like courthouse thing.
It's fun, right? That's
Yeah.
awesome. And it's fun. It's like the one time that you go down to a government office and it's a good mood.
I know. It's good mood.
Yeah. Usually it's like, ugh.
I mean, they told us to be quiet because we were doing bits, and then I was like, what the heck? Like it's everyone. Some people are getting married today. Like, let us have a little bit of fun.
Was there a line of other people?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all. It's like some of them are dressed up.
And you see someone. Yeah, people. There was someone in a full wedding dress.
Yeah, some people.
But then you see someone who
tuxedos.
looks like they just came from the gym.
Yeah, just like
duffel bag in hand.
We're getting married.
Yeah.
And then after this, I'm blasting my quads.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm playing American football. His jersey said American football. I was like, go off, King. Absolutely. So yeah, that was great. I don't know. It was a very, I don't know, exciting week full of racism, but also love.
And ultimately, isn't that what America is? That's America.
That is America's tagline.
Racism
and love. Yeah.
You know, that's wonderful. Okay, well, we're going to do a couple other check-ins here. We're going to do one first, the internet version of the check-in, which is I can't remember if we talked about this last time. I don't think we did, but I posted a video of a hot take, menswear hot take that Jenny had. It was me and you, and we just did it really quick in front of my house.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what's a hot take you have? And you just were like, oh, men have no excuse but to dress nicer because you don't have to deal with as much stuff.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. I don't think that's a controversial take. Wildly controversial take.
Wildly controversial.
Blew up my Instagram. To this day, it's been like at least, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Maybe more longer.
You're still getting...
Still getting
traction?
Comments. Every single time I go on there, there's like 10 or 15, 20 comments.
Jesus.
And, you know, lots of likes, lots of shares.
Sure.
The comments are very, very gendered.
Yeah, of course.
It's split between like women who are like, yeah, for sure, this makes complete sense. I'm not sure why this is even controversial.
Yeah.
And to the men who are like, yeah,
you're the one who's ugly.
Yeah, wonderful guy. You know, and I weighed in there so often. At the beginning, I kind of waded in it more, and I was a sort of like,
me too. I stopped at 32 comments. I was like,
really?
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, we're over like, it's got to be like 2,000 or something.
Oh my
comments.
God.
It's like really crazy.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's like really, really crazy. And sometimes now, I mean, generally, I don't read any of them because it's not even about the content anymore. Like people are just like in there fighting each other and doing all sorts of shit. But every so often I'll go in there and I'll see a comment and it'll just be some snarky, stupid comment, and I'll be like, I'll chamber a response. You know, I'll just be like, okay, I'm gonna roast this guy about this thing, and then I'll like click through to his it's always a he. Click through to his the commenter's like Instagram, and I'm just like, I can't do this to this guy.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
like,
sad.
You know, like he's got his, I don't know. It's always a guy who loves dogs.
Yeah.
And is into like, I don't know, hatchet throwing and like post pictures of like his hiking. And I'm like, this guy just needs a hug. This guy just needs like friends, man.
Yeah, totally.
You know? And I'm like, I don't even know what to say.
If you're offended by a stranger who came up with a hot take in 2 minutes because she doesn't have eyeliner on and told you to the void that it's easier to be a man than a woman, like, I think you're probably just really sad. And I don't think you have a lot of community or friends. I
think, you know, for a lot of guys out there, and I've been trying to think about it more, but the overwhelming thing I'll get from the comments is that the subtext, I'll say, is that for a lot of men, they feel that men should only do things which are practical, functional, and useful.
I see.
And within a very narrow definition of what that means, which is like make money, I don't know, build a house, fix a car, right? Sure. Like those things. And that makes sense, and I like to be useful, and I think I am useful. You know, I make money, I take care of my family, I maintain this vehicle because of the podcasts, you know? Right. But the subtext is if you are not these things, you have no value, and the subtext is men are not really people, we're tools.
I see. That's so sad.
And I think if you really delved into it, there's a deep fear that if you're not useful in that way, you are you're disposable.
Yeah, you're not important.
Whereas I think there is another narrative for other, you know, people that you are worthwhile in and of yourself because you are a person. But that is something I think a lot of men have not internalized.
Yeah.
They are just like, I am a blunt instrument for making money.
Right.
And then they wonder why they're depressed.
But then, so their take is that, but then do they not feel the same way about women? Or is our value that we're supposed to look beautiful? And
I think the idea of beauty and art and poetry are superfluous. Yeah. And are therefore feminine.
I see.
And then yes,
I need
the
to wear
contrast.
pants that fit me, but I'm a man. If
Yeah.
you're a man, and like these guys are like, I'm a man, I'm sure they don't chop down wood, but they're like, I think about chopping wood.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time to wear pants that fit me. Is that the mentality?
I think the mentality is I should spend zero energy or as little energy as possible in doing things which are not directly related to me being functional.
Yeah.
Right.
That is such a sad existence.
It's a very and if there are dudes listening to this, it sounds like I'm attacking you, but actually I'm on your side.
Yeah.
Because
I'm also not saying like first of all, I'm not saying that you have to wear amazing clothes to be worth something.
Right, yeah.
I'm just saying like it was just a menswear hot take. So it's like,
yeah.
I think that if you expect women to look and dress a certain way, you should also have to hit the bare minimum of wearing clothes that fit you.
Right.
That was it. Like, if I'm getting dragged for wearing a sweatshirt, then you should also get dragged for wearing your stupid pants that don't fit your body.
Yeah.
That's it. That's like it's like the double standard is what I was calling out.
Oh yeah.
And that somehow triggered a bunch of people.
So
But
many.
I was like, also like, I think it's okay to take care of yourself and be like, I want to wear things that make me feel good.
Yeah, no,
And I think
that's
nice.
a very unusual concept for a lot of dudes.
Yeah,
That's
so
a very
wild.
unusual concept.
And the other thing, and my friend DM'd me this in response to me posting this video, being like, I can't believe this is controversial.
Yeah.
He was like, wild that it's controversial that you did a pro menswear take on a menswear comedy account and you're getting dragged. And
Yeah.
I was like, that's so true. All I'm saying is the stuff that Mike posts about his fits and stuff is cool. You guys should do it too. And now everyone's like, what the fuck? A woman saying this? Do you know what I mean?
No,
because
yeah.
if a man said it, it wouldn't be the same type of hot
Oh
take.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I should do it. I should just say it, the whole thing, repackage it, and just be
and
like,
watch
man,
you say, and
you
it
have
won't-
no choice.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
watch, you will not get one, the same traction, but two,
Yeah.
you won't get the same angry
I won't get the
I
same
guarantee
traction.
it.
No, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll be revisiting this because this has taken on a life of its own.
Yeah.
And you can go to my account and check it out.
Totally.
If you dare. Actually, it's not that bad, but it's just a lot.
It's a little disappointing, I think, more than anything.
It's just I want to say I'm surprised. I'm not.
No, I'm not
It's
surprised
fine.
either. I'm mostly surprised that my lukewarm take was enough to get things going.
I didn't think it was that crazy.
And it's not crazy. I think I'm really shocked at the traction it's getting because it was so lukewarm that I
Yeah.
think I was shocked by that.
I think what it is too, like a lot of people, a lot of dudes, they really don't like being criticized by women.
I know.
In any way.
It really was that, and it wasn't even criticism.
It's not criticism.
It was just like
It's just say, hey,
it was
you
just,
should. It's an
I know.
observation.
And it was just taking it. I didn't know that people took things so personally, but I'm someone, I guess, with a full life outside of the internet, so I don't need to. I don't ever comment on strangers' stuff
Oh my god, the commenting.
unless like someone tags me and I'm talking to them. Like I'm not just gonna put it out into the void. Like it's so crazy.
People
to
do
me.
that all the time.
I know.
I don't know
it really
how-
blows my mind.
Yeah.
Go touch grass. I swear
Touch
it'll
some
change your
grass.
life. I love looking at trees. That's a good way of like dealing with things.
That's a really good one.
yeah.
Trees don't judge
Trees
you.
are beautiful right now.
Trees-
Go
trees are
go
great.
look at a tree.
But yeah. So speaking of which, Jenny, you're back on Instagram?
I am back on Instagram.
You took a little break
I did.
for a little while.
Yes.
And why was that?
Because of the election.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to see any updates, and also it was just like really sad to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And seeing the updates and all that, yeah.
But now you're back. How do you feel?
Bad.
Okay.
It's bad.
I thought maybe like, it wasn't as bad as you thought.
No,
or
it's bad. I've gotten to a point where I don't care about about it anymore. So I'm not about the election, about my presence on the internet anymore. So I'm just gonna have fun. So I've just decided I'm just gonna post whatever. If it flops, it flops. I don't care anymore.
Okay.
Before I used to be a lot more concerned about it doing well.
Yeah.
Like I uploaded a video and it's straight up flopping, but I've had fun making it.
There we go.
So I don't care anymore. I think I'm just gonna start posting when I want to. I'm also gonna not pressure myself to post all the I've never posted all the time. But like also if I don't post, that's okay.
Yeah.
If I miss a DM, that's okay. I think
Busy.
I like always felt like the need to be very like professional on there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm a full person, and the world is on fire. So I'm
So
gonna post
fiery.
when I want to, and not post when I don't want to.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
About having fun.
But I will say I don't see a lot of things anymore, and maybe it's the algorithm. I
What do
feel
you
like I just like don't spend my time scrolling in the way I used to.
Oh,
I
interesting.
I see like the top 3 things, and I'm out.
Like top 3 things in your
That, like,
main
pop up.
little feed thingy.
Yeah, and then like look at like the top 10 stories that I see, and then that's pretty much over.
It's definitely not the same. I mean, sometimes I'm on Instagram, or whatever social media, and I'm like, remember when we used to use this to like post like a filtered photo of our brunch?
Yeah.
Or like our eggs?
Yes.
Or like, I don't know, some people still post pictures of their dogs, which is fine. But
Yeah.
like, you know, and now it's like memes and weird videos.
Totally.
And I don't even know what.
And it's just like it's like constant.
No, there's
volume.
so much. There's
And
way
so,
more.
And there's just so much. So now I've hit like a critical mass where I'm over it.
Yeah.
It's like there's too much information out there. There's too much content.
There's
I don't
so much
see
content.
most of it anymore because
Yeah.
it's too much.
For sure.
So I just have been more offline, to be honest. I just text a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Text. Yeah.
I've just moved
I've
from
been doing a lot of texting.
Instagram and Twitter to
Mm-hmm.
like just texting people in my life individually. They're my Twitter now.
If only there was a way that we could get all of our friends on the same text thread that we could then
I
just...
think I'm going to make an app for that.
Oh, they can make an app, and then
Yeah.
it could be public, and then people can
Exactly.
comment. Oh no!
Yeah, exactly.
I've been trying to... My diet, I guess, isn't so much social media as it is news.
Yeah.
I actually canceled one of my news subscriptions.
I'm close to canceling my news subscription.
It's my New York Times one.
I'm close to canceling my New York Times.
I don't know what the point of knowing stuff is.
It's just the headlines ruin me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
It's
why?
also starting to more and more lean towards the right.
Which
and
one?
it's,
Oh, in general?
yes.
New York Times?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like not questioning.
I see what you're saying.
It's not questioning fascism sometimes, or like Christian nationalism in a way where I go, what the heck's happening?
The thing that made me almost cancel it before the election was one time there was a post about the way they got dragged on the internet
Yeah.
for it, but the headline was something like the millennial what do they call it, the millennial subsidy of tech is going away. Right, and the argument that like, oh well, you know, millennials were enjoying this lifestyle because like tech was, you know, there was all this tech money that was you know, Ubers used to be really cheap
Right.
because they had investors, and I don't know, Seamless used to be really cheap because of investors and stuff like that. And they called it a millennial subsidy. I don't
Yeah.
even know if they coined that term, but I just felt so gross.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's our fault,
right?
For oh my god,
Living in
you're
this world that we exist in where we get no support from like
Yeah.
social
Oh,
structure.
Look at these millennials. I'm just so, like, I know I'm a millennial, but like, I think people shit on us way too much.
Oh, totally.
I'm just like, yo,
We already hate ourselves. You don't
we do
have
hate
to
ourselves,
do it.
and we're getting it from the Zoomers, and
Yeah.
we're getting it from the Boomers. I'm
Yeah.
like, what do we do?
I know.
We haven't done anything.
I know. I just want. That's why I'm like more and more. I'm like, I just want to be offline,
Just chill.
just hanging out with the people around me who I like.
Yeah.
I just want to eat a nice cheese plate.
Did you say cheese burrito?
Cheese plate,
Cheese. Oh,
a charcuterie plate,
yo.
and just like, you know,
That sounds
feel a
delicious.
little bloated because I'm in my 30s now, and just be alone. 'cause this
Sometimes-
is like bad.
I you know what though? I would take the bloat over the sort of hollow, empty pit of despair.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah,
Get the bloat instead.
that's why I'm full of cheese right now.
Are you?
I've been eating a lot of cheese.
We're gonna get some cheese later
Yeah,
after lunch.
absolutely.
Yeah. I've just kind of like been. I just want to read, like up to I would say state level news.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm like, whatever
I know.
happens, bro.
I know, that's how I feel. I'm like, I'm okay with reading about local politics.
Local news. Yeah. Throw me a.
Take me to the national, I'm out of here.
Fuck
Take
no.
me to international, I'm stressed as
No,
fuck.
no,
It's over.
Get me city comptroller
Yeah.
level shit.
Exactly.
That's what I want to know.
Let's go back to local, y'all. Let's go back to local.
So yeah. What else is going on? The other update is sort of regular updates, just life updates, which we've kind of been touching upon. You know, but Jenny, you got some updates.
I do have some updates.
Yes,
and I don't want to
hit
go
me.
into details
Not too
about
much
either
detail.
of them.
Just give me a little taste.
I have a job. I got a job offer.
What the fuck?
So I'll be returning to work life.
Wow.
If you can believe it. For those following, I was laid off from Google, and then my dad died. So I've been taking some time off.
Right.
But I'm back to a full-time job, hopefully, if everything goes smoothly, in the next couple of weeks.
I didn't mean to laugh at your comment. I just laughed at the way that you nonchalantly are just like, You know how it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Lose your job, your dad dies.
And then one of your parents dies, and it's just...
No, I think it's okay to laugh.
Okay.
It's just, it is life. It's
Yeah.
part of it. So yeah, that's kind of what happened, and I've been taking some time off. But considering my personal life situation, which I also haven't provided details on, but I've talked about this summer, while I was gone, I think I've been craving from some stability.
Yeah.
So
How long has it been since you got laid off, may I ask?
It was January 2023, the first round.
Oh, shit.
So it's going to be roughly like 2 years when I start
Oh,
again.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Wowza.
Yeah. So it'll be nice to have stability again.
Yeah,
I think
for
I'm just
sure.
craving it. Like, it has been a really, really crazy 2 years for me, my personal life and my professional life.
100%.
So I'm looking forward to a little bit of stability. Hopefully, we'll see. And I kind of went off of vibes. That's my new thing, going off of like who I'm going to be working with. And everyone seems really great and nice. So I'm very hopeful and optimistic that it'll be good.
I think, when you get to a certain age too, the people you work with, that is the job.
Yeah.
And
the mental, like, my mental well-being is so much more important than like the money I'm making at this point.
Right.
So I just want to be at a place where I'm like not stressed by like people being forcing me to work at crazy hours or like yelling at me or being like weird about stuff. I just want like nice people who are easy to work with.
Absolutely.
So that's one update. And then my other update is I'm dating somebody.
What the fuck, Jenny? Your whole... If I were to write the character sheet, which is Jenny Aramoto.
Yeah.
One is you don't have a job. Two is
I'm single.
You're single.
Yeah.
And like those are the two big ones.
Yeah.
And then comedian, obviously.
Yeah.
So now you do you even do comedy still?
That's the thing. I'm like really need to return to that part of my life. I'm actually hoping that having a job again will kind of remind me why I liked it, because I think I need to remember that it's fun.
Yes.
Because at a certain point, it kind of started feeling work in an like an unstable job, and because like the world is the way it is, and my family stuff has been the way it is, I haven't felt particularly funny. And so I'm hoping to find that again, that desire to do that again.
Can you tell us any more about this dating? Did this just happen? This just happened.
It's like kind of new. Yeah.
Because like, in the sense that like you weren't like going on the apps, and some people are really, I'm dating, I'm going out, I'm dating.
Yeah. This
You
is
weren't
a
doing
person I know from outside the apps.
Whoa, outside the apps.
All the people who told me that, all the tarot card readers who told me this is how it's going to go down, you were right.
Oh, did you really have someone in tarot card that?
I forgot that when I was really unwell in 2021, I got an Etsy psychic reading for $5.
Really?
And this psychic told me that you're not going to meet someone on the apps. Fair. And then I did, for my birthday, my friend set me up with her friend who does astrology readings, and I asked him like, how am I going to meet someone? He's like, it's not going to be the apps.
Really?
He's like, it's going to be some organization or something so he was like, go out and do stuff because you're not going to meet someone on the apps. All these people were right.
Wow.
It was not the apps.
Wow. So. You got to drop some a link for this Etsy, because they were on point.
Yeah, on point in 2021, so it took that long to get here.
Hey, you know what? The tarot cards, they don't lie, okay? They really don't. Maybe it'll take 2 years, maybe it'll take 20.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's interesting. Two things. One, I saw you post recently something. You gave a talk somewhere. Did you give a talk somewhere? Or
Where?
something like, you had something where you had to like list the Jenny Aramoto, comedian, podcaster, or something.
Oh, wait, I did?
Was that?
Oh, I did a show Rejected, where I was Rejected Shorts, yeah.
And I saw that you had written podcaster, and I
didn't write it. They wrote it.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, they chose that.
Well, never mind, because I was like, oh, podcaster, that's me.
Yeah,
that's
that
like
is
you and me.
That is us. Yeah.
I thought for a while you were kind of like ashamed of doing podcasting.
No. I mean, a little bit, yeah. I literally started the episode being like, "This is shameful."
Yeah. That's why we're in this car.
Yeah, exactly.
We should drive away.
So things have been happening while we've been not talking regularly.
I feel maybe I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so you've only been dating, sort of officially for a little while.
Yeah.
Is that like a conversation still?
Yeah.
How does it go?
there was first, are we dating, or what, are we dating exclusively? And then
Okay.
it's like, okay, and then are we like, well, what would we call that title? Yeah.
Wow.
So it was like multiple conversations.
So can we say boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I hope he can't listen to this. This is so embarrassing. This is the most embarrassing thing I've ever said on the air. This is how my aunt's gonna find out. Oh my God.
You're gonna get a text. It's gonna be in Japanese.
I know.
And it's gonna be like,
Embarrassing. It's
Jenny-san.
embarrassing. It's all embarrassing.
Um,
it's embarrassing, but it's fun.
it's really cute.
It's really cute.
I wonder. I'm trying. You know what? Big brother energy. I'm feeling it right now. I'm like, yo, should I meet this guy? Are you gonna bring him to Hack City at some point?
Yeah. Mostly because I need you to help dress him better. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We need to have this. Thing.
It's not a meeting. It's more of a consultation.
What if he was somebody? What if he was one of the dudes who like left a comment on that video and was like, "Women need to get back in the kitchen."
To the kitchen. Yeah, that's my type. Guy who yelled at me on a video that I made.
Well, you said he needs better pants.
Yeah, he does need better pants.
I'm gonna help you with this.
Yeah. Thank you. That's why I came here today.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna figure this out. Wow, this van is right next to us.
Wow. Okay.
Thanks,
Hello, FedEx is literally right next to me.
And yeah, I feel there is a pants vibe shift, if I may suggest.
Yeah.
Though it sounds really stupid, but there really is like something happening because for a while skinny jeans were in, right? That's a very millennial thing. Then there was kind of like the very big pants thing,
Sure.
which is still happening. And now recently there's kind of like a thing where it's like flare boot cut a little bit. I'm wearing some boot cut
For men?
for men.
Okay.
A little bit.
But
Not so much. I'm not so much concerned about what is in versus the fact that like there doesn't seem to be a dominant thing right now.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And it is a little bit discombobulating,
Yeah.
but also kind of fun and exciting.
Yeah.
So I think basically I just need to see some pictures and like I'm going to give him a mood board of like, okay, point to the animal that you most identify with.
This is really good. Yeah.
And then I think pick out what kind of, are you more of an eagle? Are you more of a hippopotamus?
Right.
You know,
This is thrilling for me.
Is it really?
I'm so alive. That truck came by. I got scared. I got distracted. We're back. Mood board, pants fit. I'm so in.
Yeah.
This is what we need.
We need this.
We need this. All of us need this as a society.
I would love so to do this pants analysis, where I'm going to ask him, what kind of animal does he like?
Yeah.
Give me like 2 or 3 movies he enjoys.
Okay. Oh God.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then is
And like who is his who does he admire?
yeah. Give me not just like style wise, but just who.
Who?
Could be fucking, I don't know, Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
I'll dress you like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
But
But not
literally.
it's just the vibe of
The
someone who would
vibe
like,
of Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. The spirit of Abraham Lincoln.
Spirit of Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
A little bit more reserved,
Yeah.
lanky,
Right.
tall hats,
Civil War.
Civil War. And that I can do that. I can work with that.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
All right. I'm excited.
This is huge for me.
Okay. Well, check in next time to see if this worked, because I'm serious about this.
Yeah.
Text me
And
later.
I'm also dead serious.
Okay. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be great.
Not
okay.
joking around.
All right. Well, we're excited about that. You know what? I hope we made your day a little better.
I know. I hope everyone's okay. Like, really just take care of yourselves for, we don't know what's
Seriously.
coming up, so I hope you take care of yourselves and are finding community as well. I think that's the biggest
There
thing
you
I'm
go.
learning from this.
That's a big one. And then, you know what? If you want my pants related services, go ahead and drop me a DM and we can try to figure this out together.
Yes.
All right. Otherwise, again, check out Hack City. December 13th is the next is the one. I think this should come out just in time for that. And then keep a lookout for the San Francisco a date. Hopefully we can make that happen. And then patreon.com/AsianNotAsianPod. Send us an email, send us a DM, take a screenshot, put this up on your Instagram or your socials and tag us so that we can see that. And we've got a little crew here, the Asian Not Asian crew, and you're part of it. And we love you guys.
We love you.
All right, bye.
Bye.